Alright then. So, welcome to my playthrough of Final Fantasy XIII. This game is known to be one of the black sheeps of the Final Fantasy franchise. A lot of people don't really like this game. I'm the complete opposite. This is actually one of my favorite Final Fantasy games. And I'm kind of just recording myself playing through it, talking about why I like it as I go through it, and just kind of see, maybe I can convince people that it's really not as bad as people think it is. Let's get into a new game here.
The 13 days after we awoke were the beginning of the end.
You serious?
Be quiet.
Best of luck. She did it! Hands high! You alright? I'm not a Lassie. So far, so good. They all want to fight.
Good for them. Give me that.
What the? Run! I've been away! Hey! Let's be rational now. We're sending the big guns now. What do we do?
Watch and learn.
Alright. the intro, we are in our first battle. This is another, or I guess the first of the things that people aren't the biggest fan of with the game. That I think just means that they didn't delve deep enough into it. A lot of people don't like the battle system in this game. I'm going to hit the tutorial just so I can kind of walk you through it, see what it is. So, like most Final Fantasy games, you have an ATB gauge. That slowly fills up over time. And once that's filled up, you have your actions here that allow you to do things. So the game's going to tell us to do auto battle. And what that does is that just fills up your command queue automatically. That's what people mean when they say that this game is press X to win. So with those in, use them there. I think they both miss. But you can see I also have the ability to blitz. I can do that use both my buttons instead of just keep attack those once. But I can repeat that. First battle, going to be really easy. Tutorial battle, here we go. There's the mana, whatever war mech down.
Fall back!
Not so tough now, huh? Hey, that wasn't like a challenge now, all right? Hey! Coming up!
And this guy's doing our train now.
I'm coming!
Jump! Heads up.
This thing won't give up.
Round 2. This time I am, I believe, Sazh. Nope, still lightning. Same as before, just a complete simple battle. See, I got hit there, so it canceled out my... The game will not do it for you. You will have to use items until a bit later into the game. Then you get a rank here. I got 5 stars there, because I did that pretty quickly. It's really hard to not get 5 stars in that fight. And down the mech thing goes.
Oh goodness. Woo. We did it. Aren't you supposed to protect civilians, soldier? I mean, you are Sanctum, aren't you? What are you doing trying to stop the Purge? Why don't you tell me that?
I was a soldier.
Hey, where do you think you're going? Man. Chocobo, just can't catch a break, can we? Yeah, that's a good question. Oh well. Better follow up.
And we are now officially in the Hanging Edge.
This.
Alright, here's another thing that a lot of people aren't the biggest fan of, and that's the data log. this is going to be where a lot...
Sure we can get
Yep,
through here?
Not let me open the menu yet. I don't know because it's the wrong button. The data log here is where a lot of the plot is. And while that is a little annoying, I think it's kind of fine, because the way that the plot is set up in this game is it's very much in media res. Not a lot of stuff is explained to you outside of what you read in the data logs here. Such as, for instance, Lightning's personality and such there, as well as kind of what the characters are thinking. In addition to that, later on in the game, there will be a lot more of world lore that is explained in the data log here. And I'm just going to quick clear all these notifications because they bother me. So while I'm doing that, something, like I mentioned earlier, is this game is very much in media res. They just threw a lot of terms and such at the player without explaining much of anything. What's the Purge? What's Sanctum? Does Soldier mean anything? It does in Final Fantasy VII. Because that's something that you'll notice with this game. There is a lot of callbacks to the other Final Fantasy games. We'll see in a bit that, for instance, one of the bosses that we'll be fighting is the same as a boss from another game. But while I'm here, I close the map. Can I make the map bigger? Yes, I can. This is another thing people have an issue with this game. This is a straight line. A lot of people aren't the biggest fans of how linear Final Fantasy XIII is. My response to that is simply this. All the Final Fantasy games are linear. The difference is, this game just doesn't hate it. And, to be honest, I don't really think that's that big of a deal. If you get into the game like I did, you will very quickly forget how linear this game world can be. Anyway, we're fighting up these Sanctum guys here. These are like the sister units of this game, essentially. You will be fighting them quite a bit.
What do you suppose this is? Army leaving its toys out now?
Making our way through.
Fixing to dish me already, huh?
Here we go. Little flip. One second. Early part of the game is very, very basic with combat. And you can see that I'm doing a lot of damage. Also, I think my camera's inverted, so I'll probably have to fix that a bit. Not sure why it's inverted. Oh, yeah, you can also see there that auto battle actually switched it from to attack to blitz. Blitz is actually in the area of effect to attack. And the auto battle is actually smart enough to know when it might be a good idea to use an area of attack. The auto battle is pretty smart, and there is actually a reason for that. It's not just because the game is X to win.
Unbelievable. This place is a war zone.
Also, I believe my dad log got an update a little bit ago that I did not check. Yeah, it's just more tutorials. You do get a full bestiary from the very beginning, which is nice.
Not like low-flying things trying to kill me.
The little floating ball things are your chests. Even if the game is linear, it's still chests.
Not wanting to get purged, I get. But taking on trained soldiers?
Better to die than get sent to Pulse. It's hell under the brimstone.
Yeah, well, hell's not sounding too bad. Because this place ain't exactly paradise.
Domesticated peacekeepers. Nothing to worry about.
Maybe not for a soldier girl, but I'm trying to say, hey!
Staggered that camped around there. That will be explained a bit later, so hold on. And you can see that while it is linear, there is occasionally a little side thing here. Usually it's just for a chest and it's not very big, but it's there.
No need to be pushing now.
And I usually save at every possible opportunity.
Yeah,
Drop
must
there.
be real
Get that
nice from
later.
up there.
That new guy, the aerial recon here, nothing special. Keep fighting him. You have a very severe lead game early on. And that right there is kind of what I meant by there's a little bit more strategy of the combat system. You can see that auto battle put me into blitz because there were two enemies sitting next to each other, but this enforcer here ran up to go attack Sazh. So the AoE missed him. And that was because he moved. This is an active battle system, so the battle system actually will sometimes not work because characters are moving around. You can't move your own characters, which is actually a problem that I do think this game has, as there are a lot of situations where if you could move, a lot of things would be fixed. So, just got a bangle there, so I'm going to give it to Lightning here, because Lightning is the character I'm currently controlling. You also only ever get to control one character in battle for most things. There is some stuff that you do get control over later. Money. And more psychology. You can also see there that it was going to be glitch because it automatically switched to 2 attacks because I didn't have it set up and confirmed until that other guy died. So, switched over to 2 attacks because there's only 1 enemy left. Also, there's my first 4-star. It happens. Ranking doesn't mean too much. At least not yet.
Preemptive strike.
Also, I'm not talking too much on the story just yet because there isn't really too
So
much
much
of
for
it
the
yet.
element of surprise.
At the moment, we don't really know what's going on. We just know train blew up and we're in a train. We're in this place, fighting to go somewhere. We also can see that Lightning and Sazh aren't both on the same page of some of the other parties we've had in Final Fantasy games. Lightning is a lot more of a serious character, whereas Sazh is a little bit more peaceful, as you can see from falling over.
Do we turn back?
There's no time.
Then what do you suggest we do?
Quiet. Go!
The hell no! You're my only way out of here! No! Hey, that might get us across.
And
Right
our
there.
little gravity device is now destroyed. Good going, Sazh.
Right?
Looks that way.
Gotta find another path across.
All right, you leave this to me.
Alright, more data log updates. Keep forgetting it's not that button. And here you go. This is kind of where a little bit more of the plot's going on. So, what exactly is the Purge? Well, I'm just going to read through this and then I'll talk a little bit. Suspect citizens of Cocoon are wrenched from their tranquil existence and threatened with exile to the world of Pulse. The Purge has begun. The land below is said to crawl with unknown perils, and terrified civilians begin to rebel against the Purge. A revolt also occurs on the train transporting Purge deportees, as Lightning's battle against the guards galvanizes the other prisoners into action. The train comes to a halt on the district of the Hanging Edge, now a hellish war zone where soldiers open fire indiscriminately upon civilians. Lightning makes her way through the middle of the conflict, all but ignoring her uninvited companion Sazh. She seems determined to press onwards even when the path before her is destroyed by military strikes. So, got a little bit more information there. So, something's going on. This place is Cocoon, and people are suspected of something. And they're going to be deported to a place called Pulse. And very clearly that's not necessarily a good thing, judging by the fact that Lightning and Sazh are fighting back, as well as the other prisoners after seeing what Lightning was doing. And all this is there because the land below, which is referring to Pulse here, is said to be very, very dangerous there. So, there's a bit more information about what's actually going on. Do I wish some of this information was explained a little bit better in the game? Kinda. But I also think that would kind of ruin the pacing of the plot. Because if they have to sit there and explain a bunch of stuff that these characters already know, it would feel a little weird. So while I think that the solution of making everything in the data log isn't the best, I do think there's not too much that they can really do with that. Also, the stagger system you see there, if you played the Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth at this point, that probably looks kind of familiar to you. A lot of the elements of remakes draw inspiration from Final Fantasy XIII games. The stagger bar there, something we'll be getting a bit later, are the two biggest ones. And I'm probably not going to get a super good ranking here. Sazh died and it took a bit longer of a time there. No, for the 5 stars is cool. More saving.
Seems to be in working order.
Top down here and activate this thing. And down we go.
This is not our lucky day.
Deportees, are we? Weapons down. I'd hate for this to turn ugly.
Turn ugly?
He wants to kill us without a fight.
Time's up!
And we got this guy now. Here's what's going to be telling us about attack chains. So, attack chains and staggering are tied together. Basically, that stagger bar is called the chain gauge here. What that is it fills up as you attack, with that little yellow thing. The red is its rate of decay. So basically, you want to try and pump that up as best you can to get to the very end there, to stagger the enemy, like that. when an enemy is staggered, they take more damage. They also do, I believe, less damage, although I'm not entirely sure about that. Some bosses and other enemies can only be effectively hurt while staggered. There's an enemy much later that I'm pretty sure that no matter what level or rank that you are at, will take 0 damage until you stagger them. But other than that, it works almost exactly the same way as staggering in the Final Fantasy VII remake, which was taken, I believe, at least the design of the bar and how you fill it, from this game.
So, soldier, what's your angle? What? Classified military info? Huh? What's the matter? You quit, didn't you? Or did you think I'm gonna go out there and just tell everybody your secrets?
My angle. I'm after the Foul Sea. Still happy you tagged along.
Didn't have a choice.
On behalf of Cocoon citizens, I would like to thank our brave false pioneers and express our best wishes for a successful relocation. Your noble and selfless sacrifice ensures the continued safety and peace of our society. Were it not for this remarkable gesture, every resident of Cocoon, your family, your friends, your neighbors, would be exposed to the dangers of the world below. By choosing to leave Cocoon and participating in this migration.
Migration? More like extermination.
Huge. You stay here.
So sorry. I didn't mean to.
These people need heroes. Here. You keep your cool, and they will too. You got it?
Got it.
What's our motto?
The army's no match for Nora.
That a boy.
And new area, the Resistance Front. You can see from that governmental announcement there, government's trying to spin this in a much more positive way than it actually is. Because if it was really just a migration like that, people probably wouldn't be fighting back against the government here. And we also have a new character. This, if I can hit the right button, is Snow. Snow is an interesting character. We'll get more into him as the game progresses, but let's just say that he is a very strong personality. As you can kind of see, he is very much a I want to be a hero role model type character. And we will see how that goes later on in the game. I'm trying to avoid spoiling anything in case this is somebody's first time experiencing the game, because like I said, this is one of my favorite games in the Final Fantasy series, so I would like to let people experience the plot as unimpeded as I can.
This is crazy.
Then take a nap.
Really? Can I?
Sure. And when we're taking a dirt nap, you can save them all.
Well, that's even worse.
No dirt naps today. We're all in this together. Our enemy's the Cocoon Sanctum. Their dreaded Sanctum, no less.
What's to dread? Psycom's nothing but a whole bunch of bluster and bullying. They've got nothing on Nora.
Well, we are the heroes after all.
Let's prove it!
Yeah!
Sanctum's gonna pay for this.
Now we get combat with Snow and his friends.
Nothing to worry about!
So, Snow basically is the same as Lightning, at least early in the game. However, he throws grenades. So, have grenades. They're a little bit delayed, so you do kind of have to time them a little bit more than you would with Lightning's Blitz. But other than that, he plays exactly the same at this point in the game.
Better clear a path out of here.
Punch my way through the guys.
No more.
There are soldiers everywhere.
Yo, boss. What's the plan? Charge in, guns blazing.
Hey, that's not a plan.
Real heroes don't need plans.
That's a quick stagger. Also, if you have something charged up in the gate there and you want to cancel out of it, just hit B. It'll automatically cancel whatever you have set up. That is already active.
Same plan as always. Hit him hard, and hit him again.
Also, before I forget, I believe there was a new... Yes, okay. This is where a lot of stuff just got added. A lot of important things in these 5 categories here. All of this is not important. I'm gonna quick clear these. Alright, so events is the plot of the game. This is all the events that you actually see. The 13 days here are the days leading up to the Purge. This is where you get your characters' backstories. Some of it is explored in the actual main campaign, but a lot of it is in this data log section. And this is something that I can safely say would definitely break the pace if they included this in the actual plot of the game. This is something that is important to understand a lot of the characters' motivations and backstories, so I am going to be reading through these as we get them, but I do understand how this can be something that people do not like about this game and the way it tells its story. History and myth is world building. You can see pulses there, we'll look at that in a second. And then locales is just kind of more information about where you are. So we will start... Oh, there's one more. Cocoon Society is basically just the different elements of Cocoon, which is where we currently are. So we'll start here. So, NORA. The paramilitary organization known as NORA is a group composed of like-minded youths assembled by Snow and self-funded by the operation of a seaside cafe in Bodom. Functioning as a neighborhood watch of sorts, NORA members patrol the vicinity of Bodom for trouble. Most often, trouble consists of encroachment by dangerous forms of wildlife. NORA had never openly acted out against the Sanctum prior to the Purge, and because of this, the military had been content to turn a blind eye to the group's activities. There is a prequel novella that takes place during the 13 days here that also goes into some of the backstory and stuff, and it's actually revealed in that the head of SciComm in Bodom actually, I'm not going to say worked with, more let NORA do stuff to help actually protect the town better. So they did have an actual working relationship before the Purge happened. So, SciComm. The Sanctum's military is composed of two main branches. The Guardian Corps, responsible for maintaining security in various jurisdictions throughout Cocoon, and SciComm, Public Security Intelligence Command. SciComm is an elite special operations unit charged with protecting Cocoon from Pulsian incursion. In contrast to the lightly armored Guardian Corps, SciComm employs an array of advanced heavy weaponry and cruiser-class airships. As SciComm bears responsibility for any and all threats of Pulse origin, it was SciComm who conducted the Purge. Then, what is the Purge? To the millions who call Cocoon home, the lower world of Pulse represents a constant source of fear. Suspected association with Pulse means stigmatization as an enemy of the state and all mankind, even for born and raised citizens of Cocoon. The recent discovery of a foul sea from Pulse, near the city of Bodum, caused widespread civil unrest. After placing the city's entire population under quarantine due to the possibility of contamination, the Sanctum then announced its intent to forcibly relocate the affected Pulse in an emergency measure dubbed by authorities as the Purge. Ah, I didn't realize we see this guy so early. This is Gallant Daisley. We will be seeing a lot more of him later. Cocoon's central government, the Sanctum, holds supreme executive, legislative, and judicial power. It also maintains directive authority over the military. This is the Cocoon government. Despite the fact that Cocoon was built by the fal'Cie and not by humans, fal'Cie opt to participate only superficially in governmental affairs, leaving Cocoon's administration entirely at the discretion of the human Sanctum and its Primarch, Gallant Daisley. So, the Hanging Edge. A relic of days before the War of Transgression, the Hanging Edge is located near Cocoon's outer rim. The area was once a thriving urban center, but residents were forced to abandon the location when an attack by Pulsian forces cracked Cocoon's shell during the conflict several centuries past. It was since designated a restricted zone and, with civilian access prohibited, soon became nothing more than a name on local maps. So it's an abandoned district, basically. And then Cocoon. Cocoon of the Moon. It's that boulder. From her lofty seat, the world of Cocoon has long enjoyed tranquility. The interior of her spherical shell supports several sprawling cities and a population numbering in the tens of millions. Although a variety of dangerous beasts prowl the wilds, advanced technology and the protection of the world's fal'Cie keepers ensure residents a peaceful and prosperous existence. Travel to the lower world of Pulse is forbidden, but given their deep-seated cultural feels of the place, Cocoon citizens would not even think to venture beyond the paradise they know. So also, as you're seeing here, they're talking about how the fal'Cie are a good thing and they built Cocoon and all that stuff. But Lightning is trying to go after a fal'Cie, and she specifically called it the Pulse fal'Cie. So, what is Pulse? Resting in Cocoon's shadow, the sprawling and enigmatic lower world of Pulse is home to a multitude of terrors. The land is commonly believed to be inhospitable to human life, and a strict ban on interworld travel forbids citizens of Cocoon from venturing there to challenge this hypothesis. Not even members of the Sanctum's upper echelon can claim to have seen the surface with their own eyes, but the attempted invasion by the world's savage armies several centuries ago is well documented. Widespread fear of a repeated assault persists among the populace even today, with colloquial references often likening the world to a manner of living hell. Day 13, the final day. A fal'Cie of Pulse origin was discovered within a vestige on the outskirts of Bodum 2 days previously, having apparently spent centuries in hibernation, with humans none the wiser to its presence. The Sanctum deemed the potential contamination by Pulse magic a risk too great to overlook, and immediately enacted legislation permitting the Purge, an involuntary removal of the fal'Cie and the entire population of Bodum from Cocoon. Deportees were told only that they would be transported to Pulse. And then I'm not going to actually read the events out loud because, like I said, they are the main campaign. So a lot of this stuff is not the most important in the events category there. So, back to the game. After reading a bunch of lore there. And of course, we always finish the battle right before the violins come in. the battle theme is very, very good in this game.
Don't
And
you kids go
eventually
follow
we'll actually
behind
be able to
now.
hear it.
You all okay? Hey, careful with those. Don't worry. No one's moving to Pulse today. We'll clear you a path out of here, so be ready to...
Let me fight with you.
You can't expect us to just sit here.
Could help.
Yep.
Please, let us help.
Okay then. Volunteers front and center.
Here, take this one. Here you go. And one for you.
Count
Go
me
for
in.
it. Here's yours. Take care now. Mom?
Don't worry.
Huh?
So I just
Hold it
pulled
steady.
here.
Yeah, feels good.
Yep, nice.
Can you show me again?
You got it.
That's how it works.
You sure?
Yeah. Moms are tough.
Right.
It's the last one, boss.
All right, last one. Somebody take it.
No,
Yeah.
Push comes to shove. Keep him safe.
First impression of Snow? All talk.
All right, lay low and you'll be fine. We'll clear out the area. We're going home together!
Come on! Everybody up!
Right. New recruits, on me.
Come on.
Time to go, kiddo.
All right.
We're not losing to Sanctum, you hear me?
So there's a couple
This'll be a
things
piece of cake.
of note to take that conversation there. First one, the kid there, I'm going to call him Scarfman for now, he shares a voice actor with Phineas from Phineas and Ferb, which is interesting, and it's kind of funny to think about when you realize that. Second thing, we have a very Australian redhead. She is the only Australian voice actress in this game, and her voice stands out a lot. But the most important thing about that cutscene there was Snow's interaction with
Want to make their
the
job
people
any
there.
easier.
Notice how Snow did nothing to actually stop them from trying to help. He just was like, oh, okay, we'll take your help. Without realizing that these people are normal civilians who have no idea how to hold a gun. Remember, he had to show them how to use a gun. And probably it's going to end up getting themselves killed anyway. But because they're hoping stick it to the man, Snow doesn't really care. He believes that he's still doing the right thing. And letting them fight back against the people who were harming them. So, just keep that in mind.
Bro, back us up.
Oh, they actually get the battle theme actually playing now. Awesome. Violins are great. Really good battle music here.
All right, let's shake things up a little.
Got it!
Mobilize Beta Force! Put down the resistance!
Heroes don't run from fights.
Alright, now we got this guy.
We fight and we survive!
Beta Behemoth. Unfortunately, because it's still super early, there's not really too much to this fight either. Kind of wail on him.
Thanks.
That is actually something, what Rogue did there, that I actually really like. Potions in this game actually affect your entire party, not just one person. Which is quite nice. It does make it a little easier than a lot of the other ones, but I think it's fine. And the Beta Behemoth is down.
No! We got trouble! No kidding. Stay down.
I told you, didn't I? Moms are tough. Get him home. Please.
Hold on! No!
And this moment right here sets up one of the bigger character conflicts in this game. Which we will get into later.
Come on! We have to move!
Right.
Alright. And with that, we end part 1 of the playthrough, as that was the end of chapter 1.